Welcome back to the top news channel RF Update. If you find my video useful, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Crying out tears, Macron collapses when he hears the EU ruling, broken dreams. The fantasy of an EU army for Macron has come to an end. The Bloc refuses to participate in the upcoming summit agenda. Emmanuel Macron's strategic autonomy hopes will be dashed at the upcoming EU Council summit later this month, when EU leaders will not debate fresh money for defense programs. According to some comments, can you imagine an EU army all togged up ready to fight? Then France and Germany argue about who's in charge. The Dutch change their mind about the fight. The Greeks prefer the enemy. Spain needs siesta, so no fighting at lunchtime. It could end up being farcical. Previously, many readers said Macron wanted an EU army to back him up and protect France, so it looks like they will keep the white flags washed and ready for next time. Only because they have no money. It's safer and cheaper to rely on NATO, as most don't pay enough in. With Russian troops massing on the periphery, they get cold feet. According to a source, European Union leaders will convene in Brussels on December the 16th and 17th for the last EU Council summit of the year. On the agenda are likely to be vaccine requirements, Heros environmental involvement, sanctions against Russia for its partnership with Belarus, as well as issues such as climate change and migration. But Emmanuel Macron's much-loved proposals for an EU army and the strategic compass plans to increase funds for a single defense strategy will not be on the table. But according to many readers' opinions, it is said that an EU army is pretty well pointless without the USA and the UK being on board. Such as the dysfunctional nature of the EU army would be easily overcome by any potential adversary due to the cluster of any EU army chain of command would inevitably be, by the time had been rescheduled by the 27 to deploy any EU army. I suspect Putin's tanks would be parked up on the Champs-Élysées waiting for the EU army to show up. Bottom line there is only one army Putin fears in the European theatre, and it ain't part of the EU anymore and THSTS the UK, as he knows there will be little debating. If we have to deploy our forces against him, we will just do it, and well, Putin knows it. Pietro Benassi, Italy's EU permanent representative, told Politico that France's president had been dealt a devastating blow. In response to a question on whether EU leaders would be thinking about strategic autonomy in 2 weeks, he said, "Not in this very moment." The compass includes a general commitment to increase and leverage defense investments at EU level, but we have to do every possible fine-tuning to our strategy, from here until the European Council of March 2022. And along this path, we will examine also the possible financial commitments and consequences of that, but it is not up to the next European Council to discuss how are we going to finance something that we are still to define. But according to many experts, maybe Macron should invest more on NATO. The EU army, in even the most robust proposals, 5,000 to 50,000 troops, could not confront Russia, like no hope. An EU army could only aid France in strengthening her grip on Africa. This likely why other states aren't interested. NATO is the only reliable alliance, an EU army would only detract from it. Even then, Russia would not do something which would provoke a united NATO response. In that case, the only countries willing to decisively employ their troops, while everyone else waffles, would be France, USA and UK, so that is really what Russia would have to factor for.